Hey YouTube, Austin Vintage Warfare here today to talk to you about my top 5 military surplus rifles that are still available and somewhat affordable in 2021. The military surplus market's dead. We all know that since Sandy Hook. It just kind of ruined it. Video games and movies still made them in demand with World War II rifles, World War I rifles, and because it's a depreciating asset, there's just, with the demand increasing and the supply running out, well, of course, the price is going to go up, and that's just how it is. These are liquid assets, in my opinion. Now, when I talk about the list, it doesn't necessarily mean the ammo is out there, it's plentiful, or whatever. You might have to do some digging for the ammo. But I'll do my best to explain what I know about the ammunition in question for whatever rifle, okay? So my 5th place is going to be the Schmidt-Rubin straight pull rifles, the 8611 or the K31 style weapons. Chambered is 7.5 by 55. They are awesome Swiss rifles. Now, they might not have the same wow factor because Switzerland wasn't really directly involved in World War II all that much, but it's still a really cool piece of history, and they are beautiful rifles. I mean that. Now, the MSRP price on them, I've seen them on Classic Firearms for sub $500, and depending on the condition, I've seen some that are like $550, and that's why it's kind of 5th place. The price is still maybe to some not all that affordable. I think it is, but depending on the condition, you can get yourself a decent one with maybe some cosmetic issues for maybe $400. So go check one out if you want to get it. My 4th place is going to be the Japanese Arisaka. And the Arisaka is probably one of the rifles that I would say has the hardest time getting ammo for it. Either the 6.5 or the 7.7 Gen calibers, they are kind of annoying to find right now. There are companies that reproduce the ammo, but it's the surplus is all but gone. Unless you go on an auction, which auctions you might get lucky and find some bulk. And you should get bulk ammunition for any of these kinds of rifles. Honestly, just buy a lot of it when you can. But the Arisaka is a World War II Japanese rifle. I believe that the Arisaka was around during World War I as well. And I think that that's for the MSRP price of about $500 to $300. I've seen them go for $600, depending on what they are, what condition they're in. But they are still out there and affordable. I still see them at gun shops and stuff like that. So I would recommend maybe getting one just to be a part of your collection when you can, if you could afford it. My 3rd place is going to be the M9130 Russian Mosin Nagants, or the Finnish ones, and the M44 Mosin Nagant. Now, I see those pretty much still everywhere. Like all those gun shops that I frequent, I still see them get Mosin Nagants in. Right now, the MSRP price is $300 to $500, and I think for what the rifle is, it's still used in other places in the world for sniper rifles, stuff like that. Like, it's still used. It's chambered in 7.62 by 54R. It's a really hard-hitting round, really fun gun to shoot. The ammo is, comparatively on the list, probably the most easy rounds to find in terms of availability compared to the others. I got mine, one back there, 1943. It's not the Tula factory one, it's the Ishkiv one, or I can't pronounce it. But I got it for $90, right? So I got lucky, but I have been offered M44s for $300 to $400. I've seen them go MSRP from gun shops for $450. So, I mean, a gun you can shoot, piece of World War II history. It is a Russian weapon from the war. And it's not all that. It's not too expensive, right? So that's my 3rd place. My 2nd place is the Lee Enfield Mark IV or the Mark IIIs, and the only one not on that in that field is the Mark V, the Jungle Carbine. Those are about $1,000 now, but Lee Enfields, I've seen them on Royal Tiger Imports, and they've been going for anywhere from, I've seen them go from $299 to, for an original condition, like in good condition, $450. I'm going to be getting one for about $350. They have some B grades that with decent bores and stuff like that. That $350 for a World War II Lee Enfield, I'll take that. And the ammunition it uses is 303 British. It's probably more available than 7.7 or 6.5. But it's been, a lot of the surplus is gone now. There are a lot of companies that reproduce 303 British, but it's still kind of expensive when you do find it. I would recommend, again, that you buy in bulk when you can find 303 British. So the Lee Enfield is my second place. My first place is going to be the Italian 1891 or M91 carbines, or the cavalry carbines. Right now they're going for about $250. Anywhere I've seen them on auction go for like $100. So that's actually a really good deal. I don't know if they're NRA surplus necessarily, or if the Italian government just started exporting them, but all of a sudden they've been made available everywhere. A lot of places are selling them, so I imagine there's a pretty big stock that got made available. I'm going to personally be getting a cavalry carbine. I really love how they look. They have a spring-loaded bayonet that comes out, the cavalry model, and it's huge. You know, if you're riding on the side of a horse, you need to stick someone. It needs to be really long. So, and I do believe the Carcano was the one that killed JFK. So there's another piece of historical, I guess, weight to it, right? But it was used by the Italians during World War I and World War II. There are obviously a lot of different variations of Carcanos as well that could fit into this affordable category. 6.5 by 52 Carcano. I've never found it, but I'm sure it's out there some places. Again, buy in bulk when you can. I'm pretty sure though it's kind of a hard caliber to find. So that's my number one pick. An honorable mention is probably the M95 Steyr. I've seen those also on Royal Tiger Imports for about $350 to $400, used by the Austro-Hungarians during World War I, and also issued to some of the rear units in World War II to the German troops, actually, the Mannlicher or whatever. But it's also a very affordable rifle. That one is chambered in like some 8mm by 50. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know it's a hard round to find, though. I know I've seen reproductions of it before. But for the price point, I think it's a cool wall hanger and a piece of World War I history, if you can find one. Just an honorable mention. So that being said, guys, that's the video. I do want to thank you guys. I'm at 800 subs right now. That blows my mind. I'm very, very happy about that. So thank you again for the subscriptions. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. Really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next video. Later.